Strider by Beverly Cleary. From the Diary of Lee Botts, June 6. This afternoon my mom was leaving from work at the hospital. She said for the millionth time, "Lee, please clean up your room. There's no excuse for such a mess. And don't forget the junk under the bed." I said, "Mom, you're nagging. I'm going to Barry's house." She plunked a kiss on my hair and said, "Room first, Barry second. Besides, where would the world be without nagging mothers? Everything would go to pieces." Maybe she's right. Things are pretty deep in my room. I hauled all the rubbish out from under my bed. In the midst of all the old socks, school papers, models that have fallen apart, paperback books, one library book, oops, and other stuff, I found the diary I kept a couple of years ago when I was a mixed-up kid in 6th grade. Mom had just divorced Dad and moved with me to Pacific Grove, better known as PG, where I was a new kid in school, which wasn't easy. I sat there on the floor reading my diary, and when I finished, I continued to sit there. What had changed? Dad still drives his tractor-trailer rig, lives mostly on the road, and is late with his child support checks or forgets them. I don't often see him, but I don't get as angry about it as I did in the 6th grade. I no longer feel like crying, but I still hurt when he doesn't telephone when he said he would. Whenever I see a big rig, excitement shoots through me until I see Dad isn't the driver. I wish... oh well, forget it. Mom has finished her vocational nurse course and works at the hospital from 3 to 11 because that shift pays more than the daytime shift. Morning, she studies to become a registered nurse so she can earn more money. We still live in what our landlady called our charming garden cottage, but I call a shack. Mom is looking for an apartment, but so far, no luck. Twice a week, I mop the floor at Catering by Katie, where Mom used to work before she got her license. Katie gives me good things to eat. I like earning my own spending money, but I feel like I could use the squares of Katie's linoleum for a checkerboard in my sleep. Mom, who used to think TV was one of the greatest evils of the universe, finally had our set repaired because my grades were good, and she no longer felt TV would rot my brain and leave me twiddling my shoelaces. At first, I watched everything until I got bored and cut back to news and animal programs. Then, I began to feel that every lion on the Serengeti must have his own personal hairdresser. That left the news, which sometimes worries me. If I see a truck accident with a tractor hanging over the edge of a bridge or tons of tomatoes spilled on the freeway, I can hardly breathe until I see the driver isn't Dad. One part of my diary made me smile, the part about wanting to be famous author like Boyd Henshaw someday. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but I'm glad that when I wrote to him, he said I should keep a diary. I worry about what I'm going to do with my life, and so does Mom. Dad is probably too busy worrying about meeting his deadline with the trailer load of lettuce before it rots to even think of me. Or maybe he's wasting his time playing video games at some truck stop.